Oh, on the finish line. Let's just make love to the finish. Why not? Look at that. Hi everyone and welcome to Game Muscle Videos. Codemasters have just released the Winter Wonderland update to Dirt Rally, and of course we're going to jump in a car, we're going to drive when the Winter Wonderland update tracks, which is Sweden, in the snow, and give it a bit of a bash and a bit of a first impressions. Just a bit of a warning, the update is 10 gigabytes, so it's going to take a bit of a while for you guys to download it if you've got slow internet, and you might need a bit of a Noah's Ark to fit all those files. But what I'm really excited for is to just see what the snow's like to drive on. And let's move the headphones off the ears a bit so I can hear my own voice over the top of the co-driver. Already, with the snow, it looks a bit like an N64 game, to be honest. But, you know, it's its own challenge. I feel like I'm driving into the Twilight Zone, or there's an alien abduction about to happen, because we can literally only see about 100 metres in front of ourselves. I'm going to be braking early here. Now, handling wise, it's actually quite grippy, the snow on this. Currently, this stage, it looks like the floors are sort of a slushy snow, so it's you know, it's not all out snow and it's not all out ice. So with the correct tyres on, this should actually be quite grippy from my experience with other rally games and what you see with rally. And here we go, there's a bit more snow. And what's really nice, actually, just noticed there, the texture change through the force feedback using the T300 here. The texture change from that slushy snow to this slightly deeper snow, and also the sand change, which is really nice. These stations are going to be mental. But you also get these, well, there you go, I thought I'd test that out. You also get the snow that's bunched up at the side of the road, which is actually often quite... You think intuitively, think, oh, you know, that'll make it really hard because the road's narrow and you've got these snow berms at the side that you can like bang into. But they often make it easier in rally games, especially in Richard Burns' rally on the snow stages. You can sort of dip the car into them a little bit and get away with it at times. It seems this, even slippier snow here. Seems that this is the case as well on here. You noticed earlier I just put my bumper on it and the car sort of went into it a little bit, but it was, you know, it didn't stop the car. It's not solid snow at the sides, it's sort of slightly mushy. It's been freshly moved to the side, so it's a nice little springy barrier. Oh dear, this is so tight. This is really good fun. On the brakes, oh, there's the finish line already. Total sprint track now. We're going to do another one. Whoa! On the finish line. Let's just make love to the finish. Why not? Look at that. I like to put on a show for our fans. Yeah, that feels fantastic. The grip is different from dirt, as you'd expect. It's different from the tarmac stages. It's another interesting challenge. I'm going to be interested to see if there's other more sort of deeper snow. We're going to do another one. Let's get onto that. Because that snow on that track seemed to be more sort of semi-cleared or very compacted snow, which you can get a lot of grip from. I'm hoping there's a track on it. Let's see that. Let's say like a lake that's one of the frozen lake tracks that's got snow on it. Something that's a lot more slippy. And has a bit of variation in it. But in that track there was variation between the types of snow. And the slushy snow had a little bit less grip than the slightly deeper snow or the slightly cleaner snow. But let's go to this longer. Let's go to Ransbergsata. Ransbergsata. I probably said that totally wrong. Sorry, people in Sweden. You know, I'm not very good with my Swedish language. Let's see if this got some deeper snow on it. But having the minimal visibility, the snow falling, and the different sort of handling characteristics. The car actually seems really tight on the snow as well. It's all just a completely new challenge in the game, and just nice to have all this variation. You've got the, as I say, the tarmac, the dirt, the rain, the mud, and now you've got a bit of snow. Let's tighten up the differential. I like the car to turn in on the brake and the accelerator. Let's go. Let's just go blind. Go into it blind. Okay. So I might be also imagining things, but it seems that the force feedback is a tiny bit more concise with the T300 from what I remember. Last time I played this a couple of days ago. And look, you can really feel the texture of the road through the force feedback as well. Underneath that, and that's underneath the sort of loading of the suspension and the weight of the car. So it's really easy in Dirt Rally to drive by feel. And what I really need to do is try and slide the car around some of these corners a bit more. And what would be really interesting to try out as well is these tracks with some of the older rally cars, because they don't have the power or the balance of the newer rally cars. So you know, with snow stages, you really have to be committed. Whoa! Try and poke it in the corners a bit. Set the car up, get on the power. Oh, it's really nice getting new tracks as well, because you know you don't know them, so you get the experience of it actually being more like a rally. When you've got tracks in the game that you've played quite a few times, you know, it just turns into hill climb. It's unavoidable because you actually learn the tracks. Even if you're not trying to learn the tracks, you begin to learn them. So it's awesome that every sort of month or so we've had new tracks added to Dirt Rally, letting people have a really good rally experience. Whoa, this is awesome. Yeah, I think they've got the edges just right in that, you know, it's a little bit forgiving, but I'd rather have the edges where the snow's piled up a bit to be a little bit forgiving like that. You can drive into it without it just flipping the car immediately. It seems to vary from rally game to rally game. I mean, I guess the ideal thing would be that the rigidity of the snow walls at the side of the track would depend on the type of snow track that you're driving on. I.e., if it's fresh snow, the rigidity of the edges shouldn't be too hard, so you should be able to sort of go into them and slow you down a bit. But if the snow's old and it's frozen at the edges, if you've ever in real life driven on these kind of roads, you'll know that the edges can be rock solid. It can be pure like sheet, like compacted snow that's frozen. It's essentially as strong as concrete, and if you drive a car into it, it'll rip the front of the car off. Whoa! Okay, so it's not completely forgiving there. We just killed ourselves. We'll keep going though. Recover the vehicle. Who would have thought that talking whilst driving a rally car in the snow on a track you don't know would result in flipping your vehicle? Oh. So it seems that maybe in Dirt Rally on this, parts of the side are a little bit stronger than others. It'd be nice to get confirmation from Codemasters if that's the case. But as I say, from the couple of times I've dipped the side of the car into the edge of the track now, it feels like a nice balance. Whoa. Oh no! That's why you've got to listen to your co-driver. You're stuck on the side here.
Right 440 bump into left 440 bump over crossroads.
So really, if you're driving these snow stages properly, what you want to do is set the car up into very defined turns and just get on the power in that turn. Something I'm not doing now. You notice how I'm oh no, we're rolling it again. You'll notice what I'm doing, which is really bad in terms of lap time, is I'm just sort of poking the car around the corners because I'm not really listening to the co-driver. And although that can be a safer way to drive, it's generally not the fastest because I'm just turning left and right constantly, rather than flowing like a graceful swan, like a swan in a rally car.
Turn right 2 at crest 40 small crest bump. Left 2 through deck and right 5 half long at crest. Left 3 cruise it, and crest 60. Right 3 tight, don't cut. 40,
This track's crazy. Tell you what, this
and crest
it
40.
reminds me of like a snowy version of the Japan track,
Right 3 long.
the Japanese tracks in Richard Burns Rally.
Right 6. Left 6, 80, crest jump AB. Into right 6, 100, crest jump AB. And caution, right 5.
And then what's nice actually, you'll notice that the last track we did was a sprint track. But if you do the proper long tracks in this, Codemasters have done a really good job
Into right 2,
of
dip, don't cut.
releasing actually pretty decent length tracks that do give you a little bit of a workout. If you're using a T300, T500 Club Sport wheelbase, or if you're lucky enough to own a direct drive wheel, these stages are long enough to give your muscles a little bit
Right 5 continues over 2 crests.
of a warm up.
80, right 5 over crest, tightens, don't cut.
They love having their flags out in Sweden.
4 into right 240.
And so far we haven't seen any really deep snow or no pure snow or sort of lake snow. It'll be interesting if there is a section on it. They,
Half long over crest.
again, like the only real comparison to Dirt Rally now is Richard Burns Rally, and on the snow stages on Richard Burns Rally, there's transitional points where you do go onto a lake, and then you have to completely change your driving style in the course of that one stage, just to accommodate the massive change in grip levels.
Right 2 half long. Open so continues over crest 60. Left 3 long and long.
I love how this just gets you so focused.
60 crest. Right
And it's,
6.
oh no, I wasn't paying attention into the ambulance. Well, if you're going to crash into something, no, they don't even care. If you're going to crash into something, it might as well be an ambulance.
And left 5 half long. Crest.
Just noticed the crack on the windscreen looked a bit like the Nürburgring GP. So it might have looked like I was rolling the car,
3 half long.
you know, in a completely wild, out of control way. But what I was really doing is I'm
To right 4 100.
an artist, and I wanted to try and draw the Nürburgring on the screen
Keep right over crest.
whilst rolling the car. It's all about the art. Oh,
Small crest bump 60 crest. And right 5 continues for 80. 40 bump. Right 4 long crest 60. Keep mid over crest. Jump maybe 40. Keep right over crest.
really,
jump
as I say, the force feedback in Dirt is so good. Oh, there's a finish line already. With the force feedback, let's drive into the finish line again. The only way to finish a rally stage, we've just compacted the whole front of the vehicle. Again, Dirt Rally actually doing a really good job on the car damage and having actual variations of the car damage, and the damage reflecting how you've actually hit or broken the vehicle that stage. Really good. I want to go through the stages to just double check, but the only letdown I'd have with this at the moment, or the only thing that I think seems to be lacking, is that it all seems to be either slushy snow or sort of cleaner snow, and there are variations in the grip, but there doesn't seem to be any sort of complete all-out snow on top of ice. So we're not getting the sort of snow driving where the only option is to just drive the car at right angles around every corner. I'm sure that's probably a faster way to drive even in this, but it does seem as if the snow's not like full-on deep snow or, you know, total low grip snow that forces you to rely on the treads in the tyres and going at crazy angles, as I say. Yeah, so that's a shame, but at least, you know, you've got different types of, you've got day, night, and actual snow. Of all the updates so far, because this is the first impressions video, we've only had this for the time that I've been doing this video. It's a little bit disappointing that maybe I'm just missing it. It's a little bit disappointing, but there isn't that ultra low grip snow that forces you to take things at complete right angles. But if you ignore that omission, it is nice that it does drive different from the other stages of the game and the other type of driving, as I say. It does. The force feedback is fantastic. The sound has always been really good in Dirt Rally. So let's see how this goes. We're going to try this other stage in a Group A rally car. This should be interesting. Super Impreza 1995. See how this handles. Of course, I was driving, you know, an absolutely mental modern rally car, so we'll see if this forces me to drive at more of an angle to get around some of the corners. Differential rear, set that strong. That's right. Let's go for it. So you see, even here, it's more of a sort of slightly cleared snow.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Left 4 long and left 4 long over the hump and press 40. Right 4.
Okay, well this car has a lot less grip.
Into right 5 long, tightens 3 past junction 40. Left 4 over bump. Into left 3 long, opens over press.
Okay, so yeah, this car is forcing me to approach it far closer to how I'd imagine driving on lower grip snow, where, you know, you're having to absolutely listen to the co-driver. Oh, get stuck in the snow. You do have to listen to the snow driver. Yes, we couldn't afford a real co-driver, so we just built one out of snow. You have to listen to him, and then you have to really line the car up in advance of the corner. Give it a good deal of lock. Oh, you're committed! Saved by the snowburn there. We're going down to a lake. If we are, I'm going to be very happy indeed. Oh, I love having the rear diff set up strong and the brake balance to the back, and just having the car turn out on the brakes. But it's so progressive. I mean, I guess some people would argue Dirt Rally's too easy in that regard, but regardless of if it's too easy or how close it is to reality, it's bloody good fun. It's just sliding it around. It just feels really satisfied how the vehicles rotate on the brake and accelerator. There's a jump. There's a jump. I don't know where. Oh, there it is. Oh my god. On the brakes, on the brakes, on the brakes.
Left 4 past junction 100.
It's so good. Yeah, I think these, if you want a more of a... Oh no! I'll watch the temperatures. We'll ignore the fact that I've just had an accident that probably would have dislocated our heads from our shoulders, and we'll watch the temperatures. But yeah, I think if you really want the snow driving experience in this Dirt Rally update, you're going to have to avoid the newer rally cars and just go with some of the older ones, because they have a lot less grip and they have a lot more of a, as I say, you have to really angle it into the corners a lot more.
Left 6 over bump and right 6 into left 6 over long crest 80 over bumps. Right 6 long over bump. And left 6 over bump continues for 80.
We failed to draw the Nürburgring on this car, unfortunately.
Left 5 over bump. Caution 60 braking crest into right 3 don't cut. 40.
I'm so
left 3 long,
timid.
60 crest. And right 4 through dip. 130 over small crest. Left 5 long bump cut. Care 60 right 3 over crest. And continues over crest 60 over small crest.
The concentration as we get back into the snow again. Thank you for saving us, Mr. Snowhill.
Long over crest 80. Care crest right 3 through dip. Tighten 60. Left 4 half long over bumps.
Oh, that was nice. Again, on the brakes, car just turning in by itself.
Opens over crest.
Little bit can't steer.
Tightens 3. Into right 4 half long.
But we're definitely going to have to set up the Thrustmaster THA shifter with this for some of the older vehicles as well, and do the old manual shifting, because I think that would just add to the experience. Let's drive into the finish line box again. Don't want to do that if you're doing the proper rally stages, because of course the damage adds on stage to stage and you will cost yourself time and points. But if you're just doing a one-off rally, you might as well write off the vehicle at the end of the stage to show everyone that you can afford it and you just don't care. But I think that sums up an introduction to the Winter Wonderland update. As I say, it's a 10 gigabyte download, so make sure you've got the space on your hard drive, and be aware it's going to take a while to download if you're using terrible old school internet, which I know a lot of people are, because the world for some reason hasn't thought it important to have fast internet for everyone. It's crazy, I know. What's going on? But thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I think it's a fantastic update. Only negative I'd say is that there's no real sort of lake snow or like really deep snow, and although there's variation in the different types of snow surface and different types of grip, and that's really fantastic, it doesn't seem to have that absolute crazy low grip snow that was on some of the Richard Burns rally stages where you go on the lake, as I say. But if you drive the older rally cars, you then can approach it in that sort of committed angle the car around each corner way, so you can kind of get a similar thing to that on the stages that don't have the ice snow, as we call it. But I think that's it. I'll see you in the next video we do. That was the first impressions of the Winter Wonderland update. Goodbye.